Guys, so this video is about calming an overthinking mind. Now, mindfulness interventions go really well with treatment for anxiety and overthinking and worrying and constantly being stressed out by things that have not happened yet or things that have happened in the past but have caused you a lot of negative emotion. So, of course, mindfulness means being present in the moment, in the present moment. So being present in the present moment. And a lot of people who struggle with anxiety and worry, who practice mindfulness, come back to me and tell me that it's worked wonders for them. And the reason this is because just the understanding of the fact that you can't control your past and you can't control your future in itself logically kind of calms you down. But thinking about it logically is one thing, but how do you actually get rid of that worry, that constant worry that kind of is manifesting in your mind all the time about future things or past things or current situation that you're in, and which is kind of taking you away from cherishing the little things in life and the good things in life. It's almost like a tunnel vision that you have where you're constantly worried about things that are going to go wrong or things that have gone wrong in the past. So the first step to calming an overthinking mind is to sit in stillness and make a list in your mind of all the things that worry you. So simply do this, just close your eyes, sit down and make a virtual list in your mind where you can see exactly what you're writing, or you can make a real list of everything that is worrying you. Okay. And once you come to that list, just make sure that just kind of separate them about what are the worries about the past and how much of that is worry about the future. And once you have done that, think about which one of those things from the past is in your control. So what have you learned from those situations that you could do differently in your present situation and future situations? And with the ones in the future list of, things that are worrying you, just write down things you can control, things you can influence, and things that are outside of your control. So once you've made those two separate lists, like kind of separated those two things about worries about the past, worries about the future, just make sure you write down things you can influence. If you think you can influence certain things, think about how you can influence it. And I don't want you to think too much about it. It has to be very simple, because when things are in your control, they're very simple things. Things like your attitude, what kind of attitude you have towards these situations that are worrying you in the future. Things like how you're going to respond to it. So are you going to over magnify that situation when it comes, or are you going to just take it easy and think about it objectively and respond in a way that is productive for you and everybody else in that situation? So think about things that are simple, because a lot of the times we think that to get big results, we need to take big steps. And this is what I think society has told us constantly, that to get more happiness, you've got to do more things, and that is not true. The only time I think where you need to do more is when you want to earn more money, probably, or where you want to be more successful. But to be more peaceful, you don't need to do more things. You need to do less things. You need to do simple things, and you need to cherish things that are simple. So just make this list and see how you get on with it. And if you think that something is still bothering you, do write to me, and I can, of course, respond and help out in this difficult time, because I know everybody's very anxious at this point. But the best thing to do is to make that list and really reflect on, what are those things, how much of that is really in your control. And really and truly, I believe that the only things that are in your control is how you respond to a situation. Because the situation itself can always be out of your control, almost always, You can only control how you respond to it, how you feel about it, and how you look at it, and what's your attitude towards that situation. And as soon as you realize that, and as soon as you start focusing on that, your anxiety levels and your worry will suddenly go down. And once you do that, then you can start practicing meditation. Once you realize that you've been worrying about things that are not really in your control. And what you could do is you could make this list every evening before you go to bed, separate them into past worries, future worries, things you can influence, things that are out of your control, and just cancel things that are out of your control. And once you do that, you realize, oh my God, I actually don't have so much to worry about. I have very little to worry about. It's I can do all these things are so simple, they're totally in my control, and that's what I should be focusing on. You can do that every evening before bed, and then you can meditate for 10 minutes. You can watch my other video on meditation for beginners. You can start meditating before bed and see how you feel, and I'm really, really sure that you will feel so different and you will get such good sleep. And then the next morning, if you're still worrying, make that list again. What are the things that are worrying me? Sometimes it could just be simple stresses like getting a lot of things done in one day. And that's when you need to prioritize, obviously. Sometimes it could be very practical solutions to things that worry you. It could just be you want to buy something new, so you want to save up for it. Of course, the more desires you have in general, the more worry you're going to create. So the more desire you have to attain things and to want things, the more worry it's going to create, because you want to achieve all of those things. And some of those things might not be in your control, and you probably don't have the patience to kind of work towards it. But when you start making this list, you start realizing that half of the things you're worrying about are things you don't even want in life, and things that don't even have any value in your life. And you just probably think you want it because other people have it, or other people make you feel like you should want this. And it's the societal pressure. So do try that and see if you can calm your overthinking mind. And once you start making that list, start meditating, see if you feel any different. And if you do, please do write back to me, because I really like to hear when people say, oh yeah, this really worked, and things are going really well for me. Thank you for that. So I really like it when people come back to me and give me some feedback, or even if it didn't work for them, it gives me some feedback on what I should talk to people about, or how I should deal with my clients and people who come to me with these issues of an overthinking mind. So do write to me about it, and do try it every day. You need to do it every single night, or every single morning when you wake up with worry. You need to keep doing it and see how you feel. So I hope this video helped you. Very simple things you can do. And if it did, write to me, and hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and take care, and bye-bye.